Here's the Nick Ritchie boarding on Michael Bunting. This is completely from behind the whole time. And I know what you're going to say, Bunting turned his back. But let's really watch what happens here. He's just making a standard play with the puck. His whole job is to keep that in, put the puck in, and as a left-handed shot, he's naturally going to turn his body to his left and rotate as he fires that puck in. And remember, the onus is on the player delivering the check to make it safe. So we shouldn't even be looking at Bunting anyway. We should be watching what Ritchie does. What Ritchie should be doing is having his stick on the ice, trying to go stick to puck, and then taking the body only if it's safe to do so. His stick is up in the air in two hands the whole time. He's thinking body, body, body all the way. And that's not necessarily a penalty all on its own. I say that all the time. But let's look at what Ritchie does because that's his mentality, because he's thinking hit first, puck second. As he approaches Bunting, it's not like he stays on the same trajectory and is just caught off guard because Bunting turns. Bunting is turned now. And what does Ritchie do? He turns into him. He extends way out to his left and actually pushes off with his right foot to make sure he gets a piece of Bunting. He's not caught off guard. If he can turn his skates to the left at the last second, why can't he just as easily turn his skates to the right at the last second? That's what we need to ask these players to do. To me, this is a non-hockey play that isn't malicious, putting it in my 3 to 5 game suspension category. And I know what you're going to say, the contact wasn't that hard. It shouldn't be a 3-game suspension. But it's also not just a standard hockey play. This is a player who went out of his way to initiate contact after the player had turned into a dangerous position. He went out of his way to change his posture, shift his body to make sure he made dangerous contact after it was no longer safe to do so. I'm not in the business of punishing only based on result, which was maybe a light bump into the boards here. I'm in the business of punishing the action so that we can prevent dangerous results from happening in the first place. Why wait till someone is injured to punish this properly? This was a terrible choice. Players need to stop making these choices, and the only way to do that is to force them to think about the choices they are making via suspensions. As a result, tough call would suspend Nick Ritchie of the Arizona Coyotes 3 games for boarding.